Sorry, but I'm not the best person to help you. This is something that I've had to come to a realization of recently. In the past, let's say a year. Okay, I've always been a person who wants to help people. I might not have the best habits, you know, but I'll still be trying to help people. At least I have the good intention. Nowadays I think I'm pretty good on that. I'm good at. I've gotten better at doing the right things and also preaching the right things. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm not going out here and trying to spew some things that I'm not doing myself. But I'm not perfect at the end of the day. I've realized that I've sacrificed romantic relationships. There's been some girls I've dealt with that I would be romantically interested in, and they just see me as someone of pleasure. And I'm like, okay, if that's all you're gonna see me as, I want to cut that off. I want you to not see me as that, if that's all you're gonna see me as. And then I'm going to, I'm gonna sacrifice this thing that might feel good in the moment, even though this is a pleasurable moment that we have, a pleasurable relationship. I don't want that to be the basis of it, because at the end of the day, I can see that, this person is crying for help, and they might not even know it. But I feel like I have some knowledge, some wisdom that might be able to help them. So that's my main focus right now, because I think I'm an empath. I want to see people do good. I feel like I can sometimes sense when people are doing bad, and I don't like seeing that in people, no matter who you are. And even if it sacrifices my own pleasures, I really want to help people sometimes. But I found out that, a lot of times I'm not the best person to help certain people, specific people. Not that my knowledge, not that my wisdom, not that the value that I have to offer is invalid. Maybe it might be sometimes, because like I said, I'm not a perfect person. But maybe the delivery or the fact of who I am to you, my relationship to you, just means that it's not, I'm not the right person for it. I'm not the right person to deliver this message to you. Maybe it's got to be another messenger. And that's, sometimes it hurts knowing that, because it's like, I feel like I know a lot, I have a lot of value to help somebody else, but they might not even see it. There's so many variables as to why somebody might not be able to take in the help that I try to give them. Some people aren't ready to get help. Some people, sad to say, some people like that pain that they go through. They wouldn't say it, but sometimes people let that pain linger because it's more comfortable than the possibility that, if they do help themselves out the situation, it might be a different reality that they're not ready to see. I was listening to people in prison talk about like prison stories of fellow prisoners who don't want to go out and be free. Why? Because they're comfortable in that painful life that they're living. They say all their friends and family are in prison. What is there for me outside, in the outside world? Once I get free from prison, who's going to care about me? Who's going to love me? Even if that gives that person a better opportunity in life, they just might not be able to see it. And sometimes people are, prisoners of their own ideas and thoughts and feelings. There's been times where I tried to help someone who was asking for my help, and they really weren't even looking for help. They weren't looking to help themselves, and they were just looking for something that felt good, that felt like it was right in the moment. And then once I gave them my help, they abused it. They tried to take my kindness for weakness. And I have respect for myself before I have respect for anybody else. So even though I'm an empath and I'm a very helpful person, I'm not going to exhaust myself giving more to a person than I can afford to give. So there's been a lot of people that I've had to let go, even though I would try to help them. I also considered maybe it's arrogant for me to think that I'm the one who knows better in certain situations and they're not. Because who am I to give somebody advice? Who am I to give somebody some help? You know, who am I to say that this person is in the vulnerable position and I'm not? I mean, most of the time I feel like I know what I'm talking about, but I might be just as clueless as they are. Sometimes I am. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not a perfect person. Sometimes I don't have the answers, and it's pretty painful to tell people that sometimes, especially when you want to help someone. One of my biggest fears is feeling like I let somebody down, and I really don't like doing that. I really don't like that feeling. But I try to keep in mind that I'm a human being, and I'm not always going to be right. I'm not always going to have the best advice, but I do know something. Sometimes I know enough to help someone. It might not be everything, but I know enough maybe to get that person in a better direction and wherever they're going, whatever they're dealing with. But they have to be ready for it first, and I have to be the right person. I have to be the right messenger, and they have to be ready to receive. It's a lot of things I have to line up for me to be able to be the right person to help someone. I have to know enough about the information. I have to deliver the information right and well enough, and they have to be ready to receive it and put it into action, right? But I can say this, since I've started this YouTube channel, it's opened my eyes to what value I may have. Going out in my daily life, I would feel like I had so much value to offer, so much help that I could give to people, but there would be so many people who would ask for my help and they wouldn't take it. And I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Do I not know what I think I know? Sometimes, maybe not. But this YouTube channel has showed me that I can help people. I can impact people in a positive way, because I dream of the day where I can truly touch people further than my arms can reach. And I have pretty damn long arms. But I really want to help as many people as I possibly can. I have knowledge, I have some things of value that I can tell people and maybe guide them in the right direction, or just my energy alone, maybe that can touch somebody. Who knows? Only time can tell. This channel has shown me that I actually do have something of value to say. Maybe I'm not as foolish as some people may have made me out to be or told me. So I'm really appreciative of each and every one of y'all. I also think about this quote that I heard someone say recently, and since I've heard it, I really had to give it some thought. It's easier to fool someone than to convince someone that they've been fooled. And I was like, what does that mean? It sounds so simple yet so complex. And I realized what it meant. It's easier to trick someone into believing something. You can spread false information like a wildfire, but to convince someone that what they believe, everything that they believe is a lie, that's not as easy. That's very difficult. I could tell you something and make it sound convincing enough for you to believe it for long enough. But, to tell somebody that what they already believe is false, people aren't budging on what they already believe. That's why they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And sometimes people's beliefs are very firm. If I showed you a dog right in your face, this is a dog right into your face, and you don't believe in dogs for some odd reason, you won't believe that what I'm showing you is a dog. You're gonna be like, that's not a dog, and it could be right in your face, and I could be telling you this is a dog, and you'll deny it, because you can't. It's really hard to change what people already believe, and that's something that I've really had to understand. Even if I feel like I know what I'm talking about in certain situations, even if I feel like I can help this person, sometimes people are going to believe what they want to believe, and they'll have to figure out things for themselves. So I can only do what I can do. I'm gonna do everything in my ability to help someone, because I feel like in certain situations that's my duty. That's my duty to give what I can offer to that person. But it's not my duty to make that person capable of interpreting that information that I give them, you know? Because I'm not in control of that. I can only worry about what I can control. And the best that I can do is to give every person that I encounter the most valuable information that I can and to help them to the best of my abilities.